What's up guys, this is KhUnlimited and today I have another video for you guys. This is another discussion video. I know I haven't made a video in a while, and let alone a discussion video of any kind, so I decided to start the discussion videos again. Since like I said in all my other discussion videos, it's pretty easy to edit since I don't really have to edit the audio. Whatever mistakes come, they stay in the video and I just talk about a certain topic. And for the reason of me not making videos for like about a week now, like I said, the few last videos I made were mostly gameplay videos because my voice is kind of shot because I was sick, and I have gotten better. And the reason I wasn't making videos because I was actually thinking of ideas for a Halloween special, which was going to be an animation. But I actually announced it on Twitter. If you don't follow me, it's at KhUnlimited. So I actually announced that I won't be doing it anymore. So I was thinking of doing a Halloween special animation, but I can't do it anymore since not only did Halloween pass, but my animation software isn't working at all. So I tried to fix it. I've been working today and yesterday to see how to fix it, but it just isn't working. It's pretty sad since I already came up with the story and recorded the voices, but it doesn't look like it's going to be happening. So maybe I might take the aspects of that episode and put into another Kingdom Hearts episode, animated episode. But yeah, I just wanted to say that before I start the discussion. So let's get into the real discussion now. So the discussion that we're going to be talking about is, let me just get my notes. Okay, yeah, it's called Kingdom Hearts game length. So I'm going to be talking about the game length of Kingdom Hearts 3, actually, not Kingdom Hearts, my bad, that's kind of a mistake. But it's going to be called Kingdom Hearts 3 game length. So I'm going to be talking about what the game length of Kingdom Hearts 3 should be and why it should be this game length. And I'm also going to review the game lengths of the other main console games. So first I'm going to review the other console games and what the game length of those were. So starting with Kingdom Hearts 1, the main story of Kingdom Hearts 1 is about 28 hours average to do. So this is average, so basically taking the people who like to take their leisurely time and complete it, and those people who like to rush it, not speed run but like rush it, those guys average takes about 28 hours to only do the main story. The main story plus extras takes about 43.5 hours average, and for the completionist it takes about 61.5 hours average, and that's for Kingdom Hearts 1. For Kingdom Hearts 2, the main story is about 33 hours average, the main plus extras is about 44 hours average, and for the completionist is about 65 hours average. So you can see that Kingdom Hearts 2 is a bit longer by Kingdom Hearts 1, especially for the main story, is about 5 hours more. So yeah, it was a pretty average game length, like not the longest game, but obviously not the shortest game, and it's not the longest game for the obvious reasons that there weren't any too much side stuff. It's really you just go on the main story, and I'm going to be talking about that with Kingdom Hearts 3. So first of all, what do I want Kingdom Hearts 3 to be? What length do I want it to be? This may sound far-fetched to you guys or crazy, but I actually want it to be 100 plus hours, maybe 150, somewhere there. So I actually don't know how long that is. I never played a game that's really that long. I think I heard Skyrim was 100 plus hours when it first came out. I can't remember. I'm not really into those type of games, but I heard Skyrim was 100 plus hours with the side missions, not only the main story. I think it was that, and I thought that was pretty cool because that is a pretty long game. My cousin had Skyrim for a while. I played it. It's not like I'm not really into that type of game, but for a long story, I think it would be really worth it, especially a game that costs $60-70 now, especially because it is 70 if it is coming on the PlayStation 4. Here in Canada it's 70. I don't know about other countries, but if it is $70, I better be getting a good story with it, because 70 is almost $100, and getting a game for that expensive, I really expect a good story out of it and a long story out of it. So I really want Kingdom Hearts 3 to be 100 plus hours, maybe 150, somewhere there. And I have written some notes down to what I would think that would come in Kingdom Hearts 3 to make it longer, because obviously they can't just magically make it longer. You have to add some certain elements to make it longer. So there's two main things that I really want that would make the main story of Kingdom Hearts longer. First of all, I would want them to add much more worlds. If you didn't know, mostly the Kingdom Hearts games haven't had the most worlds. They either have like around 7 or 13. It was one of them, I can't remember. I remember the worlds have to do with iconic number for Kingdom Hearts. It's either 7 or 13. I think it was 7 worlds. Most of the games have 7 worlds. Some have like a little more or a little less, but average the Kingdom Hearts series have about 7 worlds, which isn't the most. And Kingdom Hearts 2 was one of my favorite games, if you didn't know, and that one for me seemed the longest, and that's the one that was most enjoyable to me. Every other Kingdom Hearts game seemed like okay to me. Like usually they seem short. I usually finish them like in a few days. Kingdom Hearts 2 was my first Kingdom Hearts game, and I was the youngest when I played that, so that took me a while to beat. So that obviously seemed the longest to me. But the reason why I really liked the game was because unlike any Kingdom Hearts game, which what they're doing now, you only visit worlds once now in the Kingdom Hearts games. In Kingdom Hearts Dream Night Distance, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, you mostly just visit the world once. Once you're done, you're gone. You don't really have to come back. The only replay value is getting extra stuff. I'll be talking about extras later on in this video, but as to the main story, once you're done with the world, you're done in the Kingdom Hearts game, and that really makes the Kingdom Hearts game real shorter. And Kingdom Hearts 2, which I loved, is what you go to a world, you do like a portion of it or whatever you have to do, you leave it, you do another world, then sometimes you have to come back, then you go to another world, and like each world you have to come, I think, at least twice. Some worlds were 3 times, and I really loved that because it really made the worlds feel more connected. You just didn't go in like point A to B, B to C. You didn't keep going like that. It was like A to B, B back to A to C, C to D, D to B. Like you had to keep going back, and I really loved that about Kingdom Hearts 2. I never really played Kingdom Hearts 1 that much, and I think they had something like that too in there, but I'm just talking from my own experiences. Kingdom Hearts 2, you had to go to a world many times, and I think that was really cool, and that's what I want to do in Kingdom Hearts 3. But instead of going to a world like Kingdom Hearts 3 only 2 times minimum times, I want them to go at least 3 to 4 times. And I know for a lot of you guys might be wondering, why is this guy want the story to be so long? It's probably gonna get boring, and going to a world 3 to 4 times may get boring. I honestly don't think so. Sorry, but because Kingdom Hearts 3 is a game that we've been waiting for so long, it's been almost a decade, and this game, like, we're really expecting to be an awesome game. It's probably not going to meet our expectations, since our expectations are really high, but being the game that we all really want, I want it to be the longest game of Kingdom Hearts. Like, imagine taking all the Kingdom Hearts games, putting the times together. I want Kingdom Hearts 3's game length to be longer than that, and not only that, I want its main story to be longer than that, not only with extras. Because I've seen a lot of games, they basically try to put the main factor as, this is a really long game, get it, like that. And when people get it, you find out that when they're saying it's a really long game, they meant, like, for example, if they say the game's 50 hours, people get excited, oh, it's a pretty long game. But you find out, like, the story is only like a few hours, and the extras, they add up to like about 40 hours. I know this may be such a far-fetched example, but I've seen some games do something like that, and I kind of find that as bullshit, because the main story is what most people focus on. Most of the people usually go for the main story. There's a small chunk that go for the extras, and then there's a smaller chunk that are full completionists, so take all the extras. So I think that game developers should be focusing more on the main story and make that the large chunk, and make the extra small chunks, and not think of it opposite, where they make the story a small chunk and make extra large chunks. But yeah, that's basically how I want the main story to expand. So Kingdom Hearts 3, I want it to be 100 plus hours, maybe 100 hours the main story. I know that's really large, but I really want that by adding a lot of worlds. And I don't think I mentioned this in the video yet, but I actually want at least 20 plus worlds of Kingdom Hearts. Yes, I know I'm crazy, but I think it'd be really awesome, because Kingdom Hearts 3 is on next-gen console. They do have much more space, and the reason they were really limited in the past and even in the present right now to make worlds is because they've been doing it on consoles and handheld systems, which are pretty old. They've been doing it on the 3DS presently, which was Kingdom Hearts Dream of Distance, the newest one, not counting the remakes. And the only reason I had a small amount of worlds is because it is a handheld, and the ones that were on consoles, such as the PS2, those were old consoles, which is the reason they had a few limited worlds, since it is an old console. But now that, I'm sorry if you heard that notification, but now that they're making on next gen consoles, they fully skipped the current gen consoles, such as the PS3 and Xbox 360, which they're making the remix on. But since going on next gen consoles, I'm pretty sure they have enough space for at least 20 worlds, and to be able to visit them 3 to 4 times for different story elements, I think would be an amazing game. This would be the game that would live up to my expectations, and I would really enjoy it, and this would be nothing that I'd be able to complain about. If Kingdom Hearts 3 was like a normal Kingdom Hearts game with 7 worlds, and if you only got to visit it 2 times, it'd be something that I'd kind of complain about. They would really have to make the worlds like top notch for me to love it. But if they made it 20 plus worlds and made them like pretty good, such as how they were in Kingdom Hearts 2 or any of the other Kingdom Hearts games, and you got to visit them a few times, I'd be okay with it, because having a long story would be pretty awesome. And they do really have to tell a lot of story in Kingdom Hearts 3. They have to answer all the questions that are open to us right now, because it is the last game in the Dark Seeker saga. They are gonna destroy or defeat Master Xehanort, or at least we hope Sora would, but it is the last game of Xehanort. It is the end of the Dark Seeker saga, so that's how I want the main story to stretch. I want more worlds and visit each worlds 3 to 4 times. Now that we got the main story out of the way with about 100 hours, we need extras in the games too. And as you guys know, Kingdom Hearts doesn't have the most extras. All they really have is secret bosses, but they do have many extras, such as treasure chests, balloon stickers, and things like that. And the only like real main extras that us people, like mostly in America, North America, and maybe Europe have experienced is the final mixes, and the final mixes we've only really experienced coming as the remakes on PS3 and Xbox 360, such as Kingdom Hearts 1.5, and we are going to get Kingdom Hearts 2.5 in a month or two. I think it's a month now, and yeah, we're really excited about that. And those are really the type of extras that we really enjoyed, but the extras besides the final mixes aren't really that major. So other than the main story in the normal Kingdom Hearts games, all we really got were a few secret bosses and the treasure chest. With the final mix, they had the balloon stickers. I'm talking about Kingdom Hearts 2 right now. They had the 13 mushrooms. They had the Cavern of Remembrance. These are the type of extras that I want in Kingdom Hearts 3, because imagine in Kingdom Hearts 3 there was a rooms like the Cavern of Remembrance where you were able to fight every organization member, but more like PS4 graphics, and you're able to fight every boss you fought. Something like that would be awesome. Or I actually saw this as a comment on one of my videos. They want that you could fight the bosses in Olympus Coliseum if that does come back. Maybe you could refight them there. The comment told me that they would want to fight Sephiroth there. I can't remember the commenter's name right now. I'm sorry if it was you, but the person who told me, I think they said that they want to fight Sephiroth in the Olympus Coliseum like Kingdom Hearts 1. And the beauty of fighting him in the Olympus Coliseum would be, in my opinion, that you could fight him again. Kingdom Hearts 2 was kind of sad that once you beat him, he was gone. I wanted it to be kind of like a final boss-esque type of thing, like where you fight the final boss of Kingdom Hearts, you can fight him again. So something like that with Sephiroth, I would like to have in Olympus Coliseum. I'm sorry if I'm getting a little bit off topic, but this is a point of the discussion videos. I don't really have to edit a lot. I could just basically talk to you guys, and you guys could talk to me back in the comment section, and we could start our own little discussion on this topic. Yeah, so like I said, I want much more secret bosses. So more secret bosses in Kingdom Hearts would be an awesome thing. We've only had like usually 2 to 3, and the newer the Kingdom Hearts games are being, the less secret bosses we're really getting. In Kingdom Hearts Dream Now Distance, we only had Julius, and he wasn't like the most exciting boss. He was just kind of like just a boss for the heck of it that they added. The other Kingdom Hearts games usually had bosses which told us like a little about the next game. For example, Kingdom Hearts 1 had the unknown boss, which was Xemnas for Kingdom Hearts 2, and Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep had the mysterious figure, which was young Xehanort for Kingdom Hearts Dream of Distance. Those bosses are really the ones that we get excited about, because it kind of hints to the next game. It kind of like gives us this feeling, which is pretty awesome, because we know there's gonna be a next game, we know it's gonna be awesome, we're gonna look forward to it and seeing who this boss is, who's his identity. But with Julius, he was like, yeah, a Disney character. Sure, it was kind of cool because it was kind of a more of a classic Disney character, but there's nothing cool. There's not like it gave us a hint to another Kingdom Hearts game, and he was really the only secret boss. So first of all, I want a lot more secret bosses, maybe like 6, 7 in Kingdom Hearts 3, and I think that'd be pretty awesome to have more secret bosses. Second of all, I want more side missions. I want this to be a more side mission heavy game, not only the main story. So something like if you want to do something after the main story, you could go talk to people. And oh yeah, this is another topic I want to talk about, but I want there to be more NPCs in Kingdom Hearts 3. If you don't know what NPCs are non-playable characters. So people you don't get to play as just AI just walking around the city. For example, if Aladdin was the world, people just walking around and maybe they need help to do something, or maybe if this was an Aladdin, if you're in the bazaar, maybe a bandit stole someone's stuff or something like that, and you would have to like help him find the bandit, like defeat him. Maybe he got taken over the Heartless, I don't know. But stuff like that, side missions, it makes the world feel more like a world, more live, get to do more stuff, and the best part, it extends the game length. So I would like much more side missions, and it depends on the user, whoever's playing Kingdom Hearts 3, when they want to do it. If they want, they could do it during the main story, or maybe there could be more side missions unlocked after you beat the main story, so you still feel like the worlds have a reason to go to. Because in any other games, when you go to a world, all you gotta do is just like fight some Heartless, nothing to do. But imagine if you go back to a world after you've done the game, and it still feels like the world that it already is. You get to like help people by if people steal their things, or there's other things that they want. Just more side missions overall, I think, will make the worlds feel longer, and not only that, make the worlds feel more alive. And I'm gonna be talking more in depth about NPCs in a future Kingdom Hearts 3 changes video. I know I haven't had that for a while, but I'm writing notes on a few topics I'm going to be doing with other YouTubers, so watch out for that. So NPC I'm going to be talking about in another video, but basically, yeah, that's what I want. As extras, I also want side missions, so that would extend the game's length a lot more, and also the fact of secret bosses. And overall extras, I also want challenges and more secrets overall. So challenges, secrets, and extras. So by extras such as balloon stickers, I think those are pretty cool because some of them you had to come back if you got like high jump or glide to get them, and treasure chests in secret locations. I thought they were pretty cool. I myself wasn't ever a completionist, so I didn't really find myself doing it, but with Kingdom Hearts 3 I might put in the time to do it and to actually get the treasure chest, because it is a pretty cool, I'm hoping it's a pretty cool game, something that's gonna live up to our expectations. So hopefully the treasure chest will have things that would want me to go out and get them, because again, in the present Kingdom Hearts games, such as Journey of Distance, the treasure chest didn't really have that much stuff that I really wanted, because since I'm not really a completionist. But yeah, I want them to have stuff that maybe may have to do with the main story. I don't know how it would do, but something to make the game life longer and to make it long overall. So I'm going to cut off the video right here. It's been about 15 minutes. I don't want to extend this discussion any longer because I know then most of you won't really want to watch it. But that's really all I want to say. So like I said, let me just sum it up. Kingdom Hearts 3, I want it to be 100 plus hours. Maybe it's 150, 100 at least of the story, and extras be a few more hours. And with side missions, challenges, secret bosses, things like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the discussion video. And remember to subscribe if you haven't. And I would really like to thank you guys for getting me to 700 subscribers. Holy shit, 700 subscribers is a huge milestone for me. I always say this, but I never imagined me getting this high, because believe it or not, I had an old YouTube channel where I worked out a few years and I only got to like 80 subscribers, and this one, it hasn't even been a year yet and I already have 700. I would like to thank you guys so much. It's just so awesome getting 700 subscribers, and hopefully soon we'll get to 1,000. So like I said, I don't want to extend this video too long, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to comment, like, subscribe, share, all the good stuff, and remember the possibilities for Kingdom Hearts Unlimited. Later.